Hello and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays, a podcast by friends for friends. How you guys doing? Today I'm here with Margot.
Hi.
Hello.
What y'all up to?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot, although finally got back into watching shows and movies.
Nice.
So watched Barbie like a month and a half after every other person on Earth, and same with the Good Omens show. Although I watched One Piece when it released, which was
Nice.
very good. Highly recommend. Don't need to know anything about the anime at all, and I didn't. And I plan to never know anything about the anime. So
My pitch, because I know nothing about either show other than you said pirates. So it's pirates, and I have to take that into account. They're trying to find that one piece of treasure.
yeah. Yep.
It's the One
Is it
Piece.
really?
It's One Piece.
It's
yeah.
the One Piece, yeah.
Guys, I
Although
did
it's not like one.
it
It's
right in
it's,
the
it's like
anime.
a
Nope, it's
treasure,
one singular coin.
like National Treasure.
Yeah.
I assume is how it's made
Yeah,
to
it's
seem. I assume they're never gonna find it since
Oh,
the
what?
anime is like thousands of episodes, and they
yeah,
presumably
so
have not found the One Piece yet.
Man.
because it's like the Pirate King hid the One Piece and everyone's trying to find it, like everyone's searching for it, and then part of the show talks about is the One Piece real or not? Um, and then there's like that meme about like the One Piece is real. I don't know if you've seen that at all.
No, but I believe you.
You can find it on YouTube, and then it has like some Kanye music with it too. Very popular, like 6 months ago. Anyway, and I think also in most recent episodes, it's been implied that Luffy is the One Piece. So who knows?
Spoilers.
Maybe the One Piece was inside you all along.
The real One Piece was the friends we made along the way.
That's probably what it's going to be. I would.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was really hoping for a coin or a jewel of some sort.
Apparently, there's a big like found family vibe that the
Yeah.
anime, manga, and now show are going for. So I would not be surprised if that's what it really is.
I am a sucker for a good fun family.
Although it's a
Mhm.
shame because some of the characters have really great chemistry, and you're like, well, I would ship you a lot, but apparently the creator is like absolutely no romance, really at
Mhm.
all, but especially between any crew members. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh well. Although these characters would look great together, they're never going to get together because the creator is adamantly opposed to it.
I
Yeah.
mean, sure.
Because he's very like found family, so they're a family. They're not getting
Oh.
with their family, even
Yeah,
though they're
no
not.
incest here on this boat.
Although
I don't
they're
know if it's on a boat.
absolute. It's actually not on a boat very often.
Okay, well, they're bad
Yeah.
pirates.
Well, maybe like in this, I want to say in the season. I think it's a large part of the anime because they
Mhm.
Yeah.
really, really condense. It's like 100 episodes into 8 for the Netflix show. But
Sure.
there's one where it's like a floating restaurant. So that is
Oh,
technically,
that's
even though
Yeah.
they're not on
nice.
their ship, they're on a different
They're
ship.
somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't think I watched anything new. I restarted Arrow. That's my media update. Is that I'm only watching the cream of the crop.
Don't have time for all these newfangled shows. I gotta
Mm-mm.
rewatch one of the
Go back
greats.
to CW early 2010s. Yeah. How about
Yeah.
you, Ryan? What's been your media lately?
I watched Superman and it was very good, except I'm annoyed that apparently it's over. It was only 10 episodes.
Really?
Yeah. It
Oh.
was all very good for those 10 episodes. I was like, wow, I can't wait to watch another like 12 more episodes of
Yeah.
it. And then I saw that there was no episode this Friday. And I looked it up
Mhm.
and it was like, that's it. That's the season.
A little surprising, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have given him a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought so as well, but it was pretty good. And I've been watching Ahsoka. Most recent episode, very good.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
gotta
think very good Star Wars. I think I'm just like, I don't know what the word is for it, but like I'll just watch anything Star Wars. Even if it's bad, I'll still watch it.
I mean,
And I felt like it's pretty good.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but I did enjoy it. Like,
Mhm.
it was very engaging,
Yeah.
and I like that they're not trying to make it like how do I put this? I feel like sometimes Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Andor, even Obi-Wan in time kind of got into this, like, um everything is connected to everything is like connected to everything, and it's all so much bigger than you realize kind of thing. And like so far they might change that, and that's fine if they do, but so far like the first two episodes seem very like, yeah, it's connected, but it's connected in the same way that like um a side story should be, where it's not like this is having huge ramifications on the Star Wars universe. It's like, well, not really. It's just like these things that are happening. So far, I don't know, it might
We'll
change.
see after episode 5.
Yeah,
They're
apparently.
hyping it up.
Oh
I don't know.
man.
Very interesting.
Fair. Also Wheel of Time. I did mention that before we watched. But it's good.
Mhm.
Season 2 is coming out currently, and it's a fun time. It's a fun little fantasy romp. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So we are changing the whole podcast.
Yep. Everything's new.
Yeah.
We've heard your feedback,
Mhm.
and we're revamping, retooling the podcast.
None of it will be the same. Um, we won't spend the first however many minutes talking about movies or shows. It's already so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that taste you just got, that's the last time.
Hope you liked it. Savor it. Go back and listen again. Um, okay,
So what's
so
our new podcast going to be about?
well, we gotta find that. We gotta pick a new thing. We've done this for like, I don't know, 3 years. It's been a
Yeah.
while. We could just do a whole new one. So I looked up podcast topic ideas, thinking that that would like come up with episode topics or like just a fun little thing. That was my bad for not being too specific. But the result that I picked has ideas for a whole entire podcast to be about. Um, so we're gonna go through them and see what we like, and if we want to just fully change things, or if we're sticking with the same old. It's love it or list it, but podcast edition for all of you
Mm.
HGTV lovers. All right. Um, First one, Q&A. It, answer questions. We do.
We sort of already do that,
We do
yeah.
that all the
Yeah, we
time.
kind of do that all the time.
That's
Not
our
much of a
go-to fallback.
retooling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I guess listener questions would be a
Mhm.
different way. We could really
Yeah.
mine our listener base. Which, quick plug, we have a website, we have social media. You can find us, Ring Tuesdays Podcast, everywhere that you would conceivably find any other podcast,
Except for Twitter. Fuck it. I
except for
don't like
Twitter.
Elon.
Don't you mean X
I'm
now?
sorry, except for X.
I don't know. I stopped using it.
Yeah.
I just got fed up one day. I was like, I don't enjoy this website anymore.
Ryan was our only loyal like Twitter/X user, and
I
now he's gone.
have
Yeah.
actually
What's
been
even the
using
point anymore?
Twitter
Adam, don't do this to me.
in the sense of to find artists, because there's really not a lot of good places to find artists, as
Yeah.
AI sweeps and other platforms treat AI badly, which means artists leave. So like ArtStation and DeviantArt both have those problems. So Twitter is like the holdout, although Twitter also treats its artists pretty badly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I actually, based on that, side note, I had heard a lot of talk about how Twitter had like a post limit or a like view post limit, that you had a certain amount that you could look at and then you were done and no more for that day, and or you could pay and have a higher amount. Is that real? Did that ever happen? Because I've not
Uh,
yet encountered, and because I'll find an artist and I'll look as far as Twitter lets me go throughout their whole art collection. And
that got rolled back as far as I know, and then it just sort of like slows down your speed if you've like looked at too many.
Oh,
okay,
But also like sometimes the website just chooses not to work some days too, so maybe it might be related to that as well.
yeah.
very possible.
But that was one of those ideas that I think in the current state of Twitter, there's probably someone around because Elon is technically no longer the CEO, but he's still like very concerned with what happens there. And so he sort of just like announces things on Twitter, even like though nothing has been like talked about it, like Twitter HQ, like this is a new feature. He'll be like, oh, this is like what's coming. And then Twitter HQ sort of has to like scramble and make it happen. And so I assume he probably announced that, and then they were scrambling and were like, actually, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
Fair
Because I was
enough.
like, I'm gonna hit that really quickly when I'm scrolling through every post and retweet an artist has ever made, trying to look at their art and stuff.
Yeah,
But it never
mhm,
happened. So
yeah.
fair enough. It does say that like to keep this up term, try asking one deep question. So just one question per episode.
one question, oof.
Mm.
Have to dig deep to make one
Find a
question last
philosophical
like an
question.
hour.
Yeah, and I have like philosophy podcasts that I like, and I do feel like that's the way to do that.
Do the ends justify the means?
Oh, man, I think that would be fun for an episode maybe, but I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about how annoying philosophy can get because I feel like it can get annoying.
I feel like that one
um,
Yeah.
also depends.
fair. Um, all right, well, paranormal. Um,
Paranormal. Ooh.
We're gonna
yeah,
be a spooky podcast now. All
yeah,
Talk about
ghosts, ghouls,
cryptids.
all the time.
those things we all love so much.
You can talk about Goatman again, Margot.
Yeah, I talked about Goatman before this episode, and it was how I don't think he's good.
There we go. Whole podcast
That's
topic.
the one.
The Goat Man.
It's kind of boring. As far as like all these little spooky guys go, he's just not that interesting. I'm sorry, Goatman. I have no pitches for you. Be spookier.
Maybe like pop up on your bridge. I don't know. I honestly
Yeah.
don't know the Goat Man story very well. Pop up like I'm thinking Mothman of like Mothman, you chase those teenagers, great stuff.
Yeah.
Now Goatman, do that. Maybe drip some like animal remains on your whole and like
Ooh.
charge someone off the bridge, and then when they like fall off, vanish into the gloom when they like are in the water looking up. There's nothing there. Crazy. Do that, Goatman.
You could do some cool, icky stuff where you like hang things from the top of your bridge because it's like one of those little bridges that has the beams over it and everything. So like that's a thing. Or maybe
Yeah.
just stop sticking to only the bridge. It's hard to be spooky when there's only one very small area that you spook
Yeah, like again,
Mhm.
Mothman
from.
first, Point Pleasant, but then there are sightings at other places.
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah.
you
branch
can do that.
out.
Maybe you have your core bridge, but maybe you go to bridges all over the place. Like maybe you're on the
Yeah.
Ooh,
Golden Gate Bridge.
every
It's like, oh
bridge.
my gosh,
Oh.
the Goat Man expanding, taking other bridges for his own.
I think that's the move, personally. Well, we fixed it. Our paranormal podcast will be about telling the paranormal how to be better at their
Yeah,
job.
we're gonna be the branding marketing agency for paranormal and cryptid spirits and
That would actually be a really fun
creatures.
episode. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. It just
Like,
goes to listen.
all right, Nessie, you're playing really well with the older generation, but the new folks not as entertained. Maybe get some
Get that
tentacles.
Gen
I
Z
think young
audience.
people like tentacles.
No, no. All right, being a true crime podcast, unpacked a crime or incident that actually happened, analyze it in detail.
That'd be neat.
It could be.
I don't
Um,
know much about crimes that happen.
yeah, seems research heavy, which, we're so good at prep for this podcast,
Yeah.
which is why we're going through this list
Oof,
right
be a lot of work to go and do some true crime. Maybe
Yeah.
this is kind of the only murders in the building, but we do a true crime and then we just go out and commit the crimes and then be like,
Mm.
this crazy
now.
crime happened right
You
near me,
wouldn't believe
and I
it.
know a suspicious amount of information about it.
I do think it could be a fun thing, sort of related to the uh gumshoes and daddies like uh thing that Dungeons and Daddies did of like one of us coming up with the crime and the other one's trying to solve it. I
Ooh,
Mhm.
wouldn't want to do it exactly in the same way, but I think that could be a fun idea.
Yeah.
Maybe not even as like characters, but just as ourselves. Like, how did Adam commit this crime? I
We
don't know.
plan a crime.
Yeah.
plan a heist of
Yeah.
various locations.
We like fully flesh out so that all the criminals of the world can figure it out. Like we just do all the planning.
It's just a how-to crime
Yeah, how to
Yeah.
crime. Real crime. True crime.
We need some how-to crime podcasts.
Yeah. Okay, personal finance.
I
You
made
wanna
a
do Money
an
Bros?
I made a new savings account the other day, so there we
Nice.
go.
That's
Personal
personal
finance right
finance
there.
right there.
You should have a savings account.
People should have budgets.
Yeah. Set up a
Should budget.
401k.
Yeah, I have to do that
Invest
too.
in your retirement.
If you think you'll have a retirement, go for it.
Well, you should invest in a 401k if you think you might retire, which you
Oh,
most
man.
likely will.
Or the world will end,
Or the
and you
world
don't have
will
to worry
burn.
about it.
But
If you don't think Medicare will be around by the time you retire, you should
It
probably invest in a
probably won't be.
401k.
seems bleak to do a
Yeah.
personal finance, I guess.
Mom is always like, you gotta put away stuff for retirement. I'm like, I cannot even think about that.
Mhm.
Seems so conceptual.
And that's so far away. And then
Yeah,
she's like, that's where it'll get you.
Yeah. And
that's
here's what's great about putting away stuff for retirement. You can either choose to have the money you put away for retirement be taxed now or taxed then. It's great.
oh my god. Oh my god, we're doing it, guys. Um, Let me think of another money tip. Uh, don't spend it all.
Don't spend it all. Keep
Save
some.
some
Yeah.
for a rainy Tuesday. Anyway,
Yeah. Invest in a credit card and build
Invest
that
in a
credit.
credit card, build credit.
I
Figure
will
out how
say,
credit works.
yeah, there's ways to build credit that aren't just credit cards. Everyone should know that because that's a whole complicated thing. If you're making payments, you can build your credit. You just have to set it up. Um,
But credit
but
cards are a
credit
very
cards are super
easy
quick and
The
way.
easy
best
way.
way and the
Yeah,
easiest way. And
absolutely.
because
Um,
also you don't just start off with default good credit. You
yeah,
have to
you have
build
to
to
build it.
good credit, which is
Yep.
wild.
Also,
And
like
it kind of makes
anything and
sense. It's
everything
like
hits your credit. So keep that
that
in
everything dings it. Yeah.
mind.
Mhm. Checking your credit dings your credit.
Yeah.
If you have Credit Karma,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
this
Or
episode
if
is
your bank
Sponsor us,
will
sponsored.
check your
sponsors.
credit for you, and yeah.
Oh no. Um,
I made a
But then if
savings
you ever
account, and
like
like
buy a
5
car,
minutes later, Credit Karma was
yeah,
like, "New activity added for your credit." I'm like, Jesus.
yeah.
that's so creepy.
If you ever like buy a car or like a house or something, they have to like check your credit, and
Mhm.
them checking your credit will lower your credit score, which is wild.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you have to look, you're doing bad.
Mhm.
Just know in your heart of hearts that it's fine. You don't need to look. It's fine.
Just trust me.
Yeah, just I swear I'm not a scammer. I've looked for you and it didn't ding. I promise.
I would love because they also have to ask you. They're like, "Do you mind if we do a credit check?" And you obviously have to say yes, otherwise you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah.
Just be like, "No, you don't need a check. Just it's fine.
Just
Just
trust
trust me.
me.
The source
Yeah.
is me."
Yeah. It's my credit. I think I would know. Oh my god. Okay, guided meditations.
I don't know if we're really the vibe for a guided meditation podcast, but we could
Wait,
do like full on ASMR. We're like silent.
I can't handle that. But
It's an ASMR podcast, but it's explicitly experiment of what will gross Margot out the most.
oh
Yeah.
god, it's like I think I do get those like ASMR tingles that people talk about, but I don't like them. It's not like a good thing for me. It's like a ew, icky,
Yeah.
you know?
Every time I
Like cold
see
chill.
those like ASMR stuff, like I'll see like something on Twitch about it, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't know, I'll like watch for like a minute, and I'm like, this just feels awkward. Like
Yeah.
this isn't
Okay.
doing anything
Yeah,
for
it doesn't do
me.
anything for me either.
All right, I have it. Everyone, we're gonna go around and we're gonna. It's not a guided meditation at all, but we're gonna do our closest to ASMR thing that isn't icky. And I don't think that'll do it, but I'm gonna do this one.
God, I can't beat
I don't know
that.
what a non-icky one is.
I don't know what a non-icky one, and I don't know what a
But like
cool sound
brushes,
is. I
yeah.
don't have anything around
I don't think we could do a guided meditation.
me.
Okay, well, give me a line. Guide some meditation for me.
Breathe in and then also breathe out and then keep doing that forever.
Visualize an open field.
What was that one test? It's like there's a bear and a gun in the field. Oh my
Now the
god.
bear has the gun.
Visualize an open field. You see that dark figure out there? Take your rifle and shoot them.
As is your God-given American right. I actually love
Video
like
sponsored by the
ASMR.
NRA.
Yeah, NRA ASMR.
Oh no. Okay. So maybe we can do guided meditations, but I don't think they'll be helpful. That could be a vibe though. It's
I'm
just
sure this is fun, but I
unhelpful.
do like the concept of a guided meditation that slowly gets creepier and creepier.
Mm,
Oh, we could do
I
that.
do like that.
Yeah, it's
That'd
fun.
be neat.
Um, all right, kid friendly.
What is a kid? Do kids listen to podcasts? I feel like kids can't sit
Well, the
still.
first thing this
Have
says
you
is
guys
kids
heard
listen to
about?
podcasts too. You can make it educational so they can supplement their schoolwork or entertaining to help them relax. If you make a kids podcast, be sure to target a specific age group. 9-year-olds aren't going to enjoy the same content as 14-year-olds.
Have you guys heard about Skibbity Toilet?
Uh-huh.
No. What are you talking about?
Elaborate.
It's like the biggest thing on YouTube right now. Literally, all the videos have like 50 plus million views.
But what is it?
It's a source filmmaker thing. It's all like a minute, and it's about these like TV people that are fighting these toilet people, and there's a whole plot line with it. And I watched all of them, and the action is like pretty good.
What is a toilet person?
It's just a toilet, but
Oh,
it's got a
okay.
person's head, and it's
Okay.
all like old Gmod sort of look,
Oh, I
like
see.
old like source engine.
All right,
Huh.
guys.
It has a story, and
Okay.
Well,
all of the
alright.
videos have
Weird.
millions of views.
What a
I don't
toilet
know
person
why.
episode.
I assume it's all children.
Must be.
Would I recommend it? I don't know. If you have like a free 20 minutes and you want to be entertained,
Fair
go
enough.
for it. Because they're all very short.
I can't think of much for kids.
No, I genuinely can't either. What would we talk about? Kids shows? I mean,
I
we
mean,
talk
we could
about
talk about
Miraculous
Miraculous.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do
but
kids
like,
watch Miraculous? I feel like Miraculous is a
I
kid
feel like
show that
Miraculous is
adults watch.
older. Yeah.
Did you guys catch that new Mr. Beast video?
No, I don't watch Mr. Beast.
See, I'm in with the kids.
Yeah, Ryan's into the kids. Maybe the kids podcast is Adam and I interviewing Ryan about what's hip with the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the kids can be like, yeah, this one's right. Or like, no.
Or you can watch Mr. Beast shred a Lamborghini and the world's largest shredder.
Like paper shredder? Or...
It's like a metal shredder, like a garbage.
Oh, okay.
Shredder thing
Oh,
Okay.
with a
sure. Okay.
Lamborghini in it.
Huh.
I did see his Every Country on Earth fight for $250,000, where he flew out someone from every single country on Earth, and there was like a couple like things I saw online about like what does Mr. Beast consider a country? Because
Yeah.
that in itself is an interesting topic. Like, do you recognize Palestine? Do you recognize Taiwan? Do you recognize West Sahara? And he
Yeah.
does for all of them. It's not consistent what his worldview is, and it's interesting.
Yeah. Just trying his best probably to just stay out of hot water. Like,
Yeah.
Or probably didn't consider it at all.
that's true
Yeah.
It was
too.
just like
If he was even the one who made
Google.
the
Yeah,
decision.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
his
Yeah.
team is like Googling countries because I heard there's something about like that the country Georgia's flag
The
was the Georgia
state
state
flag.
flag. So I'm sure he just has a bunch of not interns, but employees
Yeah.
Googling and being
Yeah.
like this, and they have no thought between what's a country and what's not.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Probably not even knowledge of like the geopolitical mess that a lot of that is.
Yeah. Those Mr. Beast videos, you watch one and you're like, I understand how this is entertaining. Like, they're all like 10 minutes long, and they like, anytime you
Like
get
high
bored, they
energy.
move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, they are a little exhausting to watch at some points, but it's like, nah, he knows what he's doing. He's got it down to a science. So
Okay. What's a pitch for a Mr. Beast podcast?
I don't know. Try the Mr. Beast bars. Have
Okay.
you heard about those?
No.
They're actually really good. So if you go to like any store now, you can find, they're called Feastable chocolate bars.
Okay.
You'll see like a giant Mr. Beast cutout, and he's got a brand of chocolate bars, and they're like legitimately very good.
He's in his Willy Wonka era.
Yeah, he did a Willy Wonka video as well.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know why I know so much Mr. Beast lore.
Yeah,
The
I'm, like,
chocolate
fascinated.
bars, they're very good,
Okay.
but with anything that like a YouTuber product wise,
it's probably
like,
overpriced.
Oh no, it's actually very cheap. Like it's cheaper than a Hershey's bar.
Interesting.
The biggest thing is quality control because like you when you get one, you have to like check the package because some are like broken already or
Mm.
like
Um,
they've fallen off the shelf and they're just not good. So it's like you have to like find one that's not
Yeah.
broken up. So,
Fair enough.
but they're
Um,
legitimately very good.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a time specific one.
Ooh.
So certain times of the day or week we come out on Tuesdays. So I think we're already nailing
we're
this one.
already at times.
Yeah.
Um, tying your theme to a time is a great way. Okay, so what's like a Tuesday vibe? What are Tuesday topics? You know how you're like science notebook was always a specific color? What are
Yeah.
things that are like Tuesday?
And what was that color? Green.
For me, science was green.
Green. Yeah.
Math was
Yep, the
blue.
correct color. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, social studies was yellow. Reading was black or red because that was my favorite.
Yeah, usually English was red, and then socialist was usually black was the my remainder color
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
because I don't like the color yellow that much.
I don't know, but it was always in the 4 pack,
Yeah,
Yeah. I had purple sometimes.
yeah, purple.
Because I
I
never
Purple could
liked
also be
love
purple.
substituted
Yeah.
for.
purple.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So I was about to ask what is Tuesday coded? But then now I have a follow-up question
Tacos.
for
Taco
that's
Tuesday.
true. That's so true.
We're just a taco podcast
We're a
now.
taco
Yeah.
podcast. What's the
Did you
best
know
way to
that Taco
taco?
Tuesday is copyrighted?
Oh my god, you're
Is it
kidding.
really?
By
Did
who?
you see those ads? Because Taco Bell was trying
Oh,
to get that like not copyrighted.
that's
So
so
they
Yeah,
had
how could it be?
LeBron.
It's so in the
yeah.
public vernacular. I feel like they would have lost whatever copyright
Yeah.
or
I think
trademark or whatever
there's
that they
That's
possibly
fascinating.
have.
stuff going on with it. I don't know. I just remember seeing the ads
Wait,
like
but
back
again,
in March.
who's copywriting?
I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, they had LeBron come out and he's like, you can't say Taco Tuesday and it would like bleep part of the word that he was saying.
So funny.
And
But
it's just him saying it over and over again.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good ad.
Um, fair enough. But so I was having a conversation with two of my friends who are like 3 years younger, so very, very Gen Z. Whereas I feel like we're like kind of cuspers, except for Ryan. He's our Gen Z correspondent.
I
But
think we're
like,
Gen Z. Do you
no,
know
we
about
are
Gen
Gen
Alpha?
Z. Yes, yeah,
Gen Alpha is the skibbity toilet generation.
right.
nice.
Which what a title to bear.
And that's I usually associate Gen Z as like just a little bit younger. So like
Just a
my
little bit.
siblings, my younger
Exactly.
siblings are Gen Z. But yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
we are
like
by all
10-year
technicalities
old,
Gen Z.
12-year
Um,
olds under. That's
that's
Gen
Gen Alpha.
Alpha.
Yeah. But yeah, so by all technicalities, we're Gen Z. But I feel like at least Adam and I are bad at being Gen Z. Sorry, Adam, I don't mean to take you down with me.
No,
But but like, yeah, so I was having a conversation with these two friends. They're both 20. And so they get it. They're hip, they're, they have it all figured out. But they were having a debate between themselves of if something is coded, is that like within a self or on top of a self? And what I mean by this is because we're having a conversation of like, oh my God, that's so Gilmore Girls coded. And the way that that's written out is CODED, right? But
okay.
um, the the okay, so that was my friend, and then her boyfriend was saying that it was COATED, like coated, like
What?
chocolate coated. Um, but like we were saying, no, it's if something's Gilmore Girls coded, like if I'm drinking coffee and someone walks up to me and goes like, "Oh my God, you're so Gilmore Girls coded right now," because I'm drinking coffee and that's a big part of the show, then it's saying that like, oh, a big part of me right now is like a big part of this show, like that's in my code. Whereas he was saying that it should be coded because that doesn't change who I am, it's just changing like external acceptance of what I'm doing.
So is he arguing that it should be different than it is, or he thinks that's how it is?
Well, it started because he thought that everyone was saying coated,
Okay.
like chocolate
And
coated. And
he's
then
wrong.
he doubled down. Yeah, once he figured out he was wrong, he doubled down and he said, "Well, I should be right." Like everyone should be saying it this way.
I disagree.
I think I do too. I think coded makes more sense.
I
Like
think
this
I
is
mean
in my code.
I don't like the whole phenomenon of calling something blank coded. It
Sure.
really irritates me because I feel like it so often it'll be like, this is whatever coded. And you're like,
Mm.
and in my mind, if you say something is whatever coded, it means it is similar to or like something else. But people use it to mean like, no, that's literally what that is. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's so gay coded. And it's gay
Oh.
characters. You're like, they're there though. It's not coded like a secret
Yeah.
code of anything. It just
Yeah.
is that.
Okay. See,
Ha-
I didn't know
have
people used it
you?
like that. I
But
only
Yeah.
seen
maybe
it
maybe the
like,
use is
Yes.
different. Maybe the use is like you were saying, Gilmore Girls coded of like,
oh, you're
wow, that's
drinking
very
coffee and like it's so like or like fall is Gilmore Girls coded because
yes,
like people start watching Gilmore Girls in the fall because it's a very like comfy fall
Yeah.
vibe.
yes.
Yeah.
It
Um.
seems like a lot of versatality has arisen out of what I think
Yeah.
was that kind of like there's these undertones here,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
now it's evolved.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you heard? I mean, I agree with that. That's how I've always heard it. Have you heard like it's giving blank?
Oh, I
Yes.
hate that as well.
That one
Yeah.
makes me
It
a little uncomfy. Like
I
it's
prefer
giving
coded to that one
I
even.
like coded
yes,
better.
that's true. I like coded better than it's giving. I really
Funny
hate
story.
I
I
don't
know.
know. It's so like I don't know, like Valley Girl
Mhm.
slang, I guess.
Yeah.
I know neither of you watch Love Is Blind, but season 3, I wanna say, everyone was saying either "It's giving" or "It's the blank for me,"
Yeah,
and, like, everything like that, and that one
yeah.
I just ooh, I couldn't
Cannot deal with that.
yeah, but coded I'm fine with, I'm like, "Yeah, that's
Yeah, code is
accurate."
acceptable. I
Sure.
still think it's dumb, but
It's
acceptable in
silly, but it's
comparison
like
to it's
yeah,
the blank or it's giving whatever. I cannot stand that.
I think it's silly in the way that, like, normal slang is silly,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess, like, when everyone was saying "lit," you know?
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
What are
I'm
your
I
like
think I
guys'
had the
thoughts on
same
Riz?
reaction.
I actually
I
really like Riz because I like
Riz
that
too.
it's short for charisma. I like when Sus was bigger of like I like just very small versions of larger, more complex words.
I fully agree. Riz is fun. It's also just a fun word to say.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Um,
Speaking of Riz, though, I browsed the YouTube trending section once, and I noticed a phenomenon in that there's so much of like popular YouTube content is catered towards what is hip with the teens, in that
Mhm.
they'll just be like, "Oh, this thing, that's the um thumbnail, the title, like that's what the video is about, everything." And I
mhm.
happen to um, look when Riz was like at its height, and that was every video. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
completely like missing everything, and it's so like sellout stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's so
Have
stupid.
you
Well, there's
seen?
nothing against the slang.
Yeah.
That's against the YouTube creators who are trying to cash in on whatever is hip nowadays.
Yeah. There's a
Mm,
YouTube channel called like The Cut, and it's basically like panel shows where they get like random people and they'll be like ranking each other on stuff. And one of the ones is like ranking each other on who has the most Riz, and then at the end they reveal who has the most Riz.
scientifically.
Scientifically, yes, of course.
We've ran the tests. This
Yeah.
person has the most.
The
Oh
Rizzler.
man. Oh no. Oh, good God. On event planning. Um,
Event planning?
Just
yeah.
like flashback to RA stuff.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
was like, I did that for 4 years. And
Been there, done that. We don't need a podcast out of it. All
my favorite was I did a barbecue, and that was fun.
I did a puppy bowl thing while you guys were doing your Super Bowl one, and I felt bad for doing a different one while you did yours, but also I care more about puppies than football.
Was it at the same
Yeah.
time? There was a Puppy Bowl event I went to, which was in the morning because I think the Puppy Bowl happens at like 10.
It was yeah, it was just the same day, but then
Okay,
I
yeah.
was
Mhm.
like,
It's like you could do both,
you could, but or I could spend the whole day with a dog.
or you could do that.
And I made my choices. Um, okay, advice of the day.
Hmm.
We've become an advice
Um,
podcast. 3
I don't think I am knowledgeable enough to give advice.
Okay, fair.
I don't know what
I'll
advice would
give
be. Have
financial
some fun.
advice.
Do
Um,
something fun today.
oh, that's good
Yeah.
advice. Yeah. Drink more water. No one drinks enough.
Yeah.
And
Um,
drink more wine.
Eat
ooh,
one vegetable.
one.
I
Just
love like
one.
little wine mom quotes. You ever go to a
One,
store
yes.
like Hobby Lobby or Michael's and they've got like all the wine mom signs?
So, I love wine mom quotes. But I also have either of you ever played Drunk Jenga? This is why we can't be a kids podcast, is because I'm about
No.
to talk about a drinking game. It's Jenga, but every single one of the blocks has like a new
Wait.
rule on it.
Yes, I have, but I wasn't drinking. And
Oh,
neither
sure.
was anyone else really. So the
Oh.
game fell apart in like 20 minutes. But it was
Yeah.
ostensibly what we were doing.
Okay. I love Drunk Jenga. I've made my own set. It's fun. A few of the blocks in there is a like make a new rule one, which is always very funny. And two of my favorites. One is the little man rule, and the little man rule is that every time you're about to drink or supposed to drink, you have to take the little man off of your glass, and then put him back on when you're done. If you forget, you drink more, kind of thing. But it's just funny to watch people like, ooh, ooh. But the other one that one of my friends came up with was she was like, before you draw a block, you have to say a wine mom quote. And so it was all of us just coming
That's
up
very good.
with like the most wine mom sayings we could come up with. It's a delight. It's such a good time. They're so goofy.
My favorite is give me coffee to change the things I can and wine to change the things I cannot.
Ooh, that's beautiful. That was
That's
poetry.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
very poetic.
Yeah. Um,
Wine is cheaper than therapy.
oh my god.
One
That's
of my
sweet.
cousins is only in her like late 20s, but if you look at her Instagram, especially her story, you'd think she's a 40-year-old mom on Facebook. That is like
I love that.
just the vibe.
Very fun.
And it's just great. And it's a lot of that of like not necessarily wine mom exactly, but everything that's ever posted is that kind of style of like really horrible memes about how hard their lives are and how they need whatever
Ooh.
wine, coffee,
Yeah.
free time to cope.
Mhm.
Which she did just have a child, so
Yeah, you
definitely.
definitely need to
But
find
she was posting like that well before she had a child. So
sure. But now she fits the full aesthetic.
now
Um,
she's fully ascended into mom Facebook now that she is a mom.
I'm proud of her. That's exciting. Top 10 lists.
Top
I'm
10.
looking at buying a wine mom pillow right now from Timu. Have you guys heard of Timu?
Isn't it like super scammy?
Yeah, it doesn't look super scary.
Yes and no. So it depends what you mean by scammy.
I love that you're like the financial advice one, and in like 4 weeks you're gonna come in here and be like, so my credit card information was stolen. Like,
So here's the thing with it. Like, I mean, you could buy through like secure means like
sure.
PayPal or like through credit card and you'd be fine. Um, because everything is so cheap. It's just that like it's all made through like third party and like uh, China or South Asia. And so the two biggest problems with it is one, the quality is most definitely not going to be good.
Hmm.
Whether it just be like very brittle and like easy to break,
Sure.
or it will come delivered and it is already broken.
Ah,
And then two, because it's like traveling such a distance and not through like official suppliers, it will take like sometimes
forever.
2 weeks, sometimes 6 months.
Very fair.
So yeah. And then if it takes 6 months and then it's broken upon release, then it's like, well, what was the point of this?
Right.
But you know what? If you're only spending $2.34 for a pillow,
Ryan, I will make
maybe
you
it's
a
worth it.
pillow for Christmas.
Maybe it's
I
worth
will
it.
make you a wine mom pillow for Christmas. You don't need to get it on Temu.
Maybe I've been thinking about it because I keep getting like ads for random stuff on Temu through
Yeah, I have
Instagram.
that as well.
And I'm like, I'm sort of curious. Like, I could waste $3 to like just be curious.
Oh my lord. Um, okay, but yeah, top 10 lists. Picking a topic and just picking our top 10.
Top 10.
Tier list.
Top 10
Top 10
top
top
10
10
list.
lists. Jinx.
Guys. That's the one. A topic you know nothing about. um, to just learn about it on the podcast.
Oh,
That's
to learn
fun.
about it? I think
Yeah.
it'd be funny to like, now I'm gonna teach you about something I know nothing about.
Ooh, that's fun. I do actually. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do really. I know the trend is like so far dead, but I want to do a PowerPoint episode, where we each make PowerPoints, but then we don't present our own.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's good.
um, I think it'd be great. Um, uh, stand up comedy.
We just get up on our little podiums, and I don't know how to stand up at all. So I don't even know what like a common stand up thing would be.
Yeah. Do
Uh,
it type
type
5.
5. Um, drama. We just spill all the tea. I actually think it would be kind of cute to do something with your hobby drama Reddit.
Oh yeah.
Um, like
Uh,
to just deep dive into random
A
drama
very
throughout the
niche
world.
subreddit.
Yeah.
it,
um,
there's definitely a few that would be fun.
Mhm.
My favorites are like old internet
sure.
stuff,
Yeah.
which usually is Harry Potter.
Mhm.
Not necessarily just because that like really dominated. That's where all the drama was, I suppose.
Fair.
Yeah.
But there's some great stuff. So
Could be good. Um, okay. Uh, a meta podcast about podcasting.
that's
Mm.
kind of what this is right now.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it. Guys, we've checked a few of these off the list. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We're just for such professionals that if
Yeah.
you just give us a list of podcasts, we're nailing it.
We've done it.
Exactly.
Under 10 minutes.
Oh, a bite sized.
A bite size.
Mm.
Um,
Um,
we've done 20-minute bonus episodes.
yeah,
We have,
Um,
yeah.
pretty close.
yeah. Uh,
Podcast about podcasts. Recommend other podcasts.
actually, that'd be really funny. We like
Dungeon
bring
and
it.
Daddies.
Dungeons and
I think
Daddies.
we've
Yeah.
all listened.
Yeah.
I think the only podcast we've all listened to.
Probably.
I still recommend my NPR News
Of course, for the
podcast.
shower.
I still listen to it. I listen to it every morning while I get ready. It's a nice 5 minutes.
I think
Nora Braun, my favorite. Corva Coleman, still my least favorite. She cannot pronounce words at all,
Oof.
but she's trying her best.
Well, that's what matters.
She's doing what
And
she
if I
can.
listen late at night or the afternoon, I get Todd. He's great too.
One of my go-to recommendations is Very Bad Wizards. Or Very Bad Wizard, I think is the title. But it's like a philosophy professor and a psychology professor, and they just take different like subjects. So, I mean, they've done ones on like AI versus popular like philosophy speeches and everything like that, and just kind of like deconstruct them and dive
Mhm.
into them. It's fun and it's cute, and you'll learn a little something. um, but uh all right, improv and games. We've done.
You are
Happy to say
professionals
it.
at improv and games. Give
Um,
us an improv and we will nail it.
Games about improv.
ooh, that'd be fun. A TTRPG where you have to improv that you're improving.
Yeah. You play an improv character.
Yeah.
Roll for how well you do improv.
Yeah, roll for improv. Oh my god. I actually think that would be really fun to do like more games. And we definitely have some coming up
Yeah.
in the books.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that's one of them for sure. Oh my gosh. Well, that's they also had some other ones that I skipped over. Um, but that was like sports, which just fundamentally we can't do. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
We can do
I think
sports.
we do sports.
I think Ryan could
Latest
do
in
sports for
sports.
sure.
The team that everybody loves lost. Shocking.
Can you believe it?
The underdog scored a point.
We're so proud of him.
Good sports ball, guys.
Yeah. How you guys feel about the NFL being back?
It went away.
You know, when it was on a hiatus, I was really worried that my favorite characters wouldn't get the moments they deserve. But now that who's the I don't know any football players.
Peyton Manning,
Tom
he
Brady
retired.
Is Tom Brady
Tom
still
Brady
playing?
also
He
retired,
retired.
and maybe he might be coming back. Who
He's
This is
knows?
the
always coming
return
back.
of Tom Brady. You thought he was gone, but he's back. Biggest
He's
plot twist of
like
the
kissed
season.
doing their
Yeah.
like fifth goodbye tour. Like, I don't think we should football. I don't think I'm like
Can
wrong
you
in
name one
saying
football team?
that. For sure. The Baltimore Ravens.
Very good. Can you name 3 football teams?
For sure. The Steelers,
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
Okay. Wow, he got the 2 Pennsylvania teams.
No, I did not. I got one
Oh,
Pennsylvania,
wait,
one
Baltimore
Maryland.
Ravens, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Might be.
And then give me a second. Give me a second. So it has to be NFL. Can't be a college team.
Yeah.
I can't just name a college.
You just name college.
What about
Where the
the Green Bay Packers? Did it,
Yes.
nailed it, guys. I know sports.
What's the
Let's
Chicago
see,
team?
sports ball killed it.
Okay, it's either the Bears or the Cubs or the Bulls
The
or
Bears.
the Bears.
The Bears.
Okay. Fair enough. Is New York Giants football or are they baseball?
Uh, that is, I believe, I don't know that one off the top of my head, to be honest.
Okay, fair. Because I was gonna name them, but then I was gonna be really
Oh,
embarrassed if it wasn't football. Ooh, okay. Well, then I would have had 4.
The Giants and the Mets, New York.
Yeah, no football.
Ah, I was confused. The Eagles is Philadelphia,
Yeah,
not the Ravens.
different bird.
Mhm.
Um, and they're like green and like silver, and Baltimore Ravens are black, purple, and gold. Sometimes white. Sometimes kind of depends on their logo.
Yeah. Did you know that there's lions, tigers, and bears?
Oh my.
They should do like a 3-way football fight.
Oh my god, wait, I would be
Yeah.
so interested in that. Like, you know that
That
like
would be really
3-person
cool.
chess?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
but
be
make it
super
football.
interesting, actually.
What would the field look like? Because it can't be just a normal
It'd just be a
one.
Y then.
It
Yeah.
would have to be a
Just
Y.
like chess, the 3-way
Uh-huh.
chess, where they have like 3 boards.
Guys,
Ooh,
I
that'd be
think we've
cool.
invented something fantastic.
I don't think so because that would be so hard to play. It's so hard for like offense to get like any ground in football, and you just
Okay.
double the defense.
But like, hear me out,
What
right?
if you have
With
them?
2
So
balls.
you get they only get half their usual defense.
Ooh, that's good.
And
Okay.
maybe it's easier to steal. I don't know how easy it is to steal the ball in football, but maybe it's easier so that the 2 defenses aren't incentivized to work with each other. They're fighting each other to try to steal it.
Haven't we seen every possible plot line for a football game? Like, aren't we bored? You know, like I think this is a good way to
That's
spice it up.
that's possible. I was even thinking like some of the defense like can't. No, that wouldn't work. They can only like stay in certain parts of the field. But yeah.
So this is what we do. We
You know-
have a podcast to improve spooky people and a podcast to improve sports. How to make them so I would actually
All right.
watch them.
Here's my way to improve football. 1, the
Mhm.
3-way thing. 2, American Ninja Warrior
Ooh,
obstacle
obstacles.
courses are the
Yeah.
run. So like they do the throw, and then
Yeah.
the running back gets it, and then he has to go through an obstacle course to get through the thing. And there's defenders with like the big foam like bow staff things, and so I have to like fight
Ooh.
them and dodge. And
Yeah.
this sounds
Yeah.
incredible. I would
No
watch
more
that.
kicker or like throwing. They have to actually like do an obstacle up to the field post that I do know the name of. And they have to get it on there. They have to balance it.
Also, I think there should be more passing back and forth. Like
Yeah.
maybe there's a bunch of obstacle courses, and if you're stuck, you have to throw it to one of your friends on the other obstacle course to keep going.
Someone has to
I think
wear
you're
a
really
cape.
constrained in football to give it to one person, and that one person is all on them to get through like 12 guys. That
Yeah.
sucks. Have like some motion, movement. Let's
Well,
go.
And this is the thing is I feel like I could name a lot more basketball players because like what matters in basketball is like a team. Football, it feels like it's so often that it's like, "Oh, that's like the quarterback, and we only care about the quarterback." And I'm like,
Well,
"Well, I'm
yeah.
gonna care about more of them. Make them more
Wait,
interesting."
I think it's obvious that Margaret and I know nothing about football.
I think at the start of every game, they should have like a dating show-esque, like, here's who I
Ooh.
am, here's my hobbies, and why I started playing football in the first place.
So I think the reason football is so interesting to some people is because there's so many strategies you can do because you have uh, like if you have the ball, someone throws the ball back, you've got quarterback and the other person, and the quarterback can go and take it and he can run with it, he can throw it to someone, but like once it's thrown, it can't necessarily get thrown again. Really, like that person just has to run and defense has to catch them.
Right.
And so
Imagine
you
how
sort of
much.
like choose who you throw it to because they all
Yeah.
start at the line. And so whoever is like going to throw it has to like one, not get tackled during that time, and two, find someone to throw it to that's open, that's like make good distance.
Fair.
But who are they going to throw it to? Or maybe they'll take it and run. Who knows?
Hmm.
A lot of strategy there.
You know in Ted Lasso where he came up with the new strategy, but it turns out it's just a classic strategy?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's the point we're at with football, though. Like, I kind of feel
Yeah.
like people aren't really doing anything like new and revolutionary with it. Like, it's what you just said,
I mean,
right?
there are like different strategies and stuff. Like sometimes when they pass off the ball, they like make it look like they took the ball when they didn't actually.
A
And there was a
pass.
period of time of like, should that be outlawed? And it's like, no, it shouldn't.
People thought that should be
People should just
outlawed.
keep their eyes on the ball.
Actually, I do think we should let Magic users play football so that they can come up with like illusory like footballs.
They
There's
turn
like the
into
defense, and
moles
they
and
go like.
burrow underground.
Yeah, I just think it can be so much better. Like, it's not the game itself is not reaching its full potential. Like,
I would love to see a three-way football because I don't know how that
yeah.
would work, and I would also love to see the stadium for that
Oh my
too.
god, it'd
Because
be
it's a lie.
crazy. Oh, guys, new investment.
Rainy
um,
Tuesdays Stadium or Rainy Tuesdays Field.
what rain on y'all's parades?
Hmm, that's a good one. I don't remember. I had one at like the start of the episode, and I was like, I don't remember what it was. It may have been about Superman ending.
Oh, okay,
I'll
okay,
think of
okay.
another.
Okay. I'll keep the tech train rolling, and my computer decided to not be a computer anymore.
Oh yeah.
And so Ryan was lovely and helped me out with like picking desktop setup. And it's wonderful. Um, it's a little confusing as I'm learning it, but it's cool, exciting. Um, and that's why I look different. Um, but yeah,
A new location.
Yeah.
what time?
You got Yoda in the background, Baby Yoda
Yeah,
in
a
the
little baby
background,
Yoda. I will.
Grogu. My bad.
I know. I mean, come on. I will probably switch it out. I have a Bumpy plushie from Jurassic Park. Um,
Ah.
so we'll probably switch that out. Sorry, Grogu. He'll probably still see his ears. Hmm.
I want to rant about the gym. The gym at my apartment has been lovely.
Mhm.
Except this week I've had to stay like a little late just to like finish running some tests and all that
Yeah.
at work. And Wednesday night I go to the gym at 6 p.m. No one is there. Normally there's like one or two people there, but no one
Mhm.
was there. I was like, wow, this is lovely. Maybe 6 p.m. is the time to go.
Yeah.
And so the next day I stay late again, go to the gym at 6 p.m. There's like five people in there. I was like, what the heck? This is the most people I've ever seen. And as I start working out, even more people come in. And at one
No.
point, there was 12 people there. And
It
I was
was
like,
horrible,
this
especially in
gym
like an
is not that
apartment
big.
gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was also like, this is such a strange like increase from the day prior where no one was
Ooh,
there.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder why. Huh.
And
That
so I felt so awkward the entire time because I've got like my thing that's like my app that tells me like what I need to work out each day.
Mhm.
And a lot of the stuff was taken. So I was like, maybe I'll just leave and cut my losses today. But
Honestly,
I got it all done. It worked out.
yeah, I absolutely hate working out at an apartment gym when there's a bunch of other people there because it's too small. I'm like,
yeah.
you all perceive me right now, and I don't want to be perceived.
Yeah. That was like my last apartment gym, same thing of like usually when I work out there wouldn't be a soul in there.
That's
Only me. I
great.
was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
perfect. And
yeah.
then every so often, completely randomly, unpredictably, you'd walk in there and there'd be like 6 people, and you're like, "There's only 2 treadmills and like
Yeah.
one weight thing. It's literally not possible for you to all be in
Yeah.
here." So I just like open the door and be like, "All right," and then I leave.
Yeah. Oh man.
If there was really any more than one other person, and even one person was like,
It's too much. Yeah.
I'd only still work out if there was one person there, if that one person was on the other treadmill. It's like, okay, that's kind of your own thing. Like you're facing the wall. I
Yeah.
can go off and lift weights and you won't even be looking at me. Perfect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's fair. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. I like when I'm alone though, because like I'm not a loud person
Mhm.
when I work out, but I'm like sometimes, you grunt a little bit and I always
Yeah.
just feel awkward about it when there's other
Yeah.
people, so I'm just quiet
It's just
Mhm.
more comfortable to be like alone.
and I can like count out my reps as well, which
Yeah,
is wonderful
Mhm.
too.
definitely. Mm.
Because I am bad at counting when
Oh,
working out.
I like so I knit and crochet, and there's this huge thing that goes around where it's like before you start knitting or crocheting, you have to really ask yourself if you know how to count, and you have to be okay with the answer being no. Because like you just constantly lose count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always am like I get lost around 12 or 13 and I'm
Hmm.
like, well, I gotta hit 20, so
It's got to be
we'll just
some
do
among
12
them.
again.
Yeah. Oh man. How about you, Adam?
I was struggling to come up with something, but I think I guess I've had an above average amount of weird experiences on the train this past like week and a half. And
Okay.
I was gonna say yesterday, but it's actually Sunday now. So Friday, I had this strange interaction where this I want to say kid, but he was probably like 18, Jewish guy, like Orthodox Jewish, so
Hmm.
the whole arrangement. It was him and this older guy, and I had seen them earlier in the train station, and then they walked by me on the train, and then the kid stops and it's like, "Excuse me, sir, are you Jewish?" And I just am like shocked, confused, no. And he's like, "All right, have a good day." I'm like, "What the heck just happened?"
Fair
Um,
enough.
and I was in the moment, I was like, "Am I gonna be like asked to convert, or is he? Do I
Yeah.
look Jewish? Like, what is happening here?" Because
Mhm.
or I've had with Christians in the past, it's usually like, "Well, have you heard the news?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
right. You heard about this guy up there.
"You're in America.
Yeah.
We all have." Um, but just odd. And then I've had a couple others where it's just kind of crazy people who are there. There was this one guy who I thought was having a conversation on his phone, which was like a political conversation. And then he started talking about a race war. I'm like, oh, and he wasn't on his phone. I'm like,
Uh,
oh, okay. You just had the whole conversation with yourself.
yikes.
Um, so, my ideal train ride would be not a single person is talking, nothing is happening. Don't look at me. Just let me sit there and read on my phone.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
It's yeah.
oh well. At least for the Jewish kid, very cordial,
Well, that's good.
and it was very quick. It
Nice.
was just odd,
Yeah.
just like that was weird, but not rude at all or anything.
No, not rude.
So
Just like an out of the blue kind of question, seemingly.
yeah,
Well,
and he didn't stop asking anyone else. So I don't know
Hmm.
what drew him to me. I was just on my phone, so
I need us. I'm so sorry.
and
My
snacking on
cat
Goldberg.
is carrying his toy. Oh, I don't know
Woo.
if we'll ever be able to see him again if I can find out how to get
There he
him.
is.
There he is. He stopped to lick it. That wasn't worth it. Oh, he's screaming. All right. Well,
when
he. I think that might be the bell. He will do more. But what were you gonna say? Right?
Oh, I was gonna say when I was coming home from the grocery store, I got stopped at an intersection, and there was a man with a megaphone and a metal cross, and was like waving the cross at people. And I couldn't hear what he was saying. I was listening to music, and part of me was like, I sort of am like curious to like get his take on things. Just see like what was he like
That's his
arguing?
vibe. Yeah.
What's his vibe? Like what's he trying to promote? Like
Sure.
what brand of Christianity? And I was also thinking some more. I was like, I hope this guy knows, like, I don't think anyone is gonna have their mind changed by a man
Not
at an
on the corner of the
intersection
street. No.
yelling at a
Mm-mm.
microphone. But props to
I always think
Yeah.
about that for when you see that's a little crazier, but even the like more normal, like there's someone in the train station who has like a whole like display set up
Yeah.
for Christianity. And I'm always like, does this work? Do people
Yeah.
stop and ask you about this? And then because I just can't, I don't know. I would never
Yeah.
stop. And in a train station, when
Exactly.
everyone's like, no, gotta get to work, like, do you get people from this? I have no idea.
Having grown up as like an atheist in a town that was very religious and had like religious peddlers like on the corner of every street kind of thing. I feel like in some instances it kind of sends you more in the opposite direction to be like, oh my god, these people are so annoying. And like that's such a
Yeah.
generalization. But I was a teenager
And it
at the
definitely
time, and
could be.
that's absolutely what's made.
The people
like,
that I've seen lately, like these people at the train station, they're just like off.
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
Jewish kid that asked me, like, very nice, cordial, absolutely
yeah,
not like,
that's
have
not
you
bad.
heard you're
Right.
going to hell if you don't
Yeah,
convert now? But
that's fine.
Yeah.
so wait, like, absolutely, props to you. I'm just
Yeah,
curious as to
Yeah.
does this work? Like, do people
yeah.
talk to you about this? Because
They
just
must have
location
some
based, even
success.
if they are interested, I can't
Yeah,
imagine anyone would stop because they're like
yeah,
going for something. But
Yeah.
that's fair.
I sort of wish I listened to that guy. Well, like
Sure.
the problem was is I was like listening to music and I was really vibing to it, so I didn't want to like roll down my window and also like blast that music for everyone.
mhm.
Yeah.
And also his megaphone wasn't that loud, so he needed a louder megaphone.
It was more of a technical issue than a personal
Because I was
issue.
like a lane away from him and I couldn't hear this man.
Ooh, that's hard. Oh my god.
I
Um,
saw him waving that cross though.
yeah. I feel
It
like
was like he was waving high.
it's so this might be unfair to all the people who want to shout about religion, but I feel like if you have props, I trust you less. Like if you have like a big cross, or if you have like like the two people on our college campus, the ones with the tiny babies to save, you know,
Oh, I love
The
abortions,
those.
tiny
or
babies are the
I thought they were
worst.
erasers and they
they
weren't.
were awful. And then the other one that was like the tiny Bible, like the pocket Bibles that
Oh yeah.
just started becoming litter all over our
That
campus.
too, both of
Like,
them. But
yeah.
for the babies, especially, of like, this is a very bad look for your
Yeah.
anti-abortion message to give free babies that are going to be garbage everywhere,
And like
and to find it
toys.
Freebies,
to
yeah.
rip
Like,
them apart.
yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
Yeah.
disembodied, gutted
Like
baby
baby
heads.
heads.
Oh, I
Yeah.
accidentally did that one. I was like, "Ooh, it's elastic."
Yeah.
Rip that out.
That's the thing, is like if you have props, I'm gonna think you're not like serious about it. I'm gonna think that everyone's just gonna joke about this. I don't know.
Counterpoint though, what if you saw someone with like a like Muppet trying to like promote religion?
If there was a Muppet
If
that was
you
like, "God's not dead," then I would be really happy about that. Like,
if they like fully
That one
commit
I
to
would
the
stop
Muppet,
and
I
listen
would
for a
yeah,
yeah,
minute.
I would
I
stop.
would listen to a Muppet, but that was like people, no, Muppets, yes, and I think that's a solid rule to live by.
Yeah. Get better props.
Yeah, a Muppet's not a prop; it's another entity entirely.
Yeah. If Swedish Chef is like trying to promote Mormonism,
Oh
I would
my
listen.
god, I would. Alrighty, well, watch out for religious Muppets. Not to like avoid them, but specifically to go hear what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Keep your
Um,
eyes peeled. You
yeah,
might see them.
yeah,
Yeah.
they've got to be out there. Um, keep an eye on our podcast feed. I don't know where you listen, but wherever it is, watch out for all of these new updates in our show that we will be doing 100%. We've contractually committed.
Yeah. Stay tuned
But-
for next week how we're gonna change baseball.
oh my god, I have some ideas. All right. Have a sunny Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.